as we speak. Now, if you remember back in the early 80s, all the fiber that was put in by Sprint and other companies, it's just sitting there, dark, not being used. And what the problem is that they don't really know how to structure that into today's technology. Well, it should work. It should work just fine. My feeling is that they don't want to deal with it because it's going to open avenues to where people from all around the nation are going to be able to use this thing. But as we all know, a lot of these companies are afraid of opening up the bandwidth to its full potential. So I think that's the big reason behind it. They will be maintaining and promoting files within existing markets. However, as time goes on, it's going to drop off completely.
Yeah, I thought that that was like the newest best thing. Don't you get like crazy speeds with that?
Yeah, you could get like 50 up, 50 down, but it's not your normal run-of-the-mill speed. It's more clean. It's more consistent. It doesn't break up or anything because it's done by fiber optics.
Right, right. Yeah, I was reading that. I was wondering, how long they will actually continue to support it. If they're not promoting it as a new product, I wonder if it's just going to go away. But,
well,
I know Steve Z wouldn't be happy because I think that's what he uses down in Florida,
and it would still be, maintained. But they just were putting, like Kevin said, they was putting the resources into other ventures right now instead of continuing to.
Yeah, I
they're
just
not
found it
going to
interesting.
further it no more.
I just found it interesting how they pushed it and pushed it and pushed it, and
yeah,
and now all of a sudden they're dropping it, and it just didn't seem right to me.
What did it say? Was it infrastructure cost is just too high to enter into a new market? Is that what the reason? Or
yeah,
okay.
Because there are countries over in the UK and in surrounding areas who have this, but you think about it, those countries are fairly smaller to us. So I just had the feeling that they were looking at their numbers and saying, okay, we're going to go broke doing this if we go nationwide.
Yeah, we're not profitable enough.
They're hoping to outsell it or sell it to outside vendors and see if anybody will pick it up then.
So you're talking about the selling off the fiber? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
See, that doesn't make sense to me. I mean, over here, BT Affinity has just started up, and that's basically their fiber, their network that they're laying down at the moment. But where I am, I'm sure where Brightech is, we can't get it at all. I mean, it's only for like the big cities that we can get fiber. But to me, it doesn't make sense to, you've paid all this money to rip up the roads, you've laid down this cable, you've obviously laid down more than what you need, but you can expand into it. But why haven't they just lit the cable up straight away? Doesn't make sense to me to just leave it there and just you're not using it.
It's probably based on economics, Jason. They're afraid to spend the money.
Yeah, but if you think about it, though, they've already paid the cost to have the cable laid, so why not light the cable up and then probably, I don't know, reduce the cost of their service and then just work on numbers?
It's like I was saying earlier, these companies like Sprint, have laid all this fiber, and they're saying, well, come buy this stuff. It's still good. It's down there, But they're just afraid to spend the money on it.
That's interesting. Yeah, like I said, they want to pursue other ventures, like, and I'm sure, like I think you even mentioned it was the wireless, what do you call that one? Not wireless, internet. What's the word I'm looking for? Oh, where you plug the little card in. Well, yeah, wireless internet.
3G?
I guess maybe. Yeah, like 3G, 4G. I guess
4G,
they're wanting to push that for their, laptops and things like that.
I was going to say, if they did that over here, a company, they wouldn't do very well because, probably like half of the UK can't even get 3G. I mean, we haven't even got 4G over here yet. I think they're still trying to auction off all the rights to it. So, it's just,
I don't have
crazy.
3G where I live. Nor does Terry.
Nope.
Because we live in the same place.
Were you talking about the air cards, Mitch?
Yeah, what's Mitch got for us tonight?
I'm sorry, Freddie, were you talking about the air cards?
Oh, I'm sorry, Kevin. I think I dropped out a little bit. Were you done, or you got more to go there?
I got one more, but that can wait.
No,
for
go
a
ahead.
little bit
Go
later.
ahead, Kevin, while I set my stuff.
Okay,
My stuff
alrighty.
up.
I just found this today, and let me. Okay. All right, my internet's just a little bit slow. Here we go. Alrighty. The
You don't
hard
have
drive
Fios.
shortage. Hello. Okay. Alrighty, I'm gonna smack you, Terry. Okay.
Wasn't
hard
me.
drive.
Oh, you can
the
smack
hard-
him.
The hard drive shortage, as we all know, has been hitting companies bad. Well, in this case, Intel's quarterly report for the fourth quarter in 2011, their estimates are revised down by $1 billion because of this hard drive shortage. Now,
Jeez.
$1 billion. Now, last week I
Wow.
was talking about how Western Digital is getting partial operations back, and I'm like thinking, okay, what if Western Digital is saying its quarterly for earnings is going to be down? Who else is going to be affected? And so here I'm looking at this Intel story now, how they're going to be affected by this. Now their quarterly 3 earnings are still up, but they're looking for it to be down for the last quarter of the year. And I saw an interesting comment here. Okay, yeah,
I think
yeah.
I know about the iPads and everything.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
tablets. Yeah, that's quite interesting what that guy said there about that.
And the other thing I saw too was the last paragraph. In Intel's case, they are at least partially diversified against the hard drive shortage through their SSD business. And while Intel doesn't provide estimates for specific businesses, it's likely to be one of their stronger units for the quarter. So they'll be saved, but they're still going to get hit really bad by that $1 billion loss.
Wow.
This will be
Yeah,
the
so-
time if SSDs are going to take off to the regular consumer. This would be a good time for that to happen. You know.
Yes.
Yeah, but
yes,
I don't think they're
especially.
spooled up for that, though. I think that's one of the main problems.
Well,
I don't
probably
think that
not.
They have the inventory for that.
Okay, and that's all I got for tonight.
That's it?
What?
That's
That's
good
it.
Yep.
You've only
No-
come
no
with those
dancing
two things.
girls?
What's going on?
I'm a slacker.
All right. Well, you've been busy working on any
All right.
PCs lately?
Yes, I have been. I've been busy all week.
Anything interesting there?
No, not too interesting. No,
So you're not having any problems. That's good.
no.
All right. Well, I'm going to talk about a lot of you guys know I bought the Magic Jack Plus. I had the previous one before. Now with the new Magic Jack Plus, you can plug it right into your router. You can either use your router or plug it into the computer. But initially you plug it into the computer and go through the configuration, blah blah blah, with Magic Jack. And I'm telling you something. I have Vonage, and this is every bit as good, if not better than that. I am so surprised because the old one didn't work too good. It worked, but this thing is really solid. I was talking like 20 minutes last night on it, and it's I think it's $70 at the store, and then after that it's like $30 a year. I'm trying to tell my wife, well, we should get rid of Vonage, and, and use this. Well, I don't want to give up our phone number. Go ahead.
So, does it work through? It doesn't go through your computer at all?
No, it plugs right into initially just to register it, I had to plug it into the computer, and then you plug it right into the router. Here, I'll show you.
Oh,
Yeah, it
into
just
your
goes
router.
through your
Okay, I'm so
wireless
sorry.
internet connection.
Let me show this little diagram that came with it.
And the thing is, you can hook any standard household phone to it and still like you're talking on a regular phone. It's not like you
Right.
got to put a headset on and.
So I don't know if you can see that. You see how it's got one end, it's got electrical outlet that plugs right into it, and then it's got the Ethernet and phone adapter on the back, and that's how.
Oh, yeah,
it plugs,
okay.
Plugs right in. And I have it on top of. I need to get an extension cord because I have it where everything's plugged into. It's crossing. You don't want to cross in any other lines, and it is. It's still working flawless.
Wow.
I
That's
mean, the
cool.
only thing
it only
I'll say
costs
about it is-
$70 a year. Or no, $30 a year. you said.
$30 after the first year. Yep.
So basically,
Wow.
just say I had a router which has got voice over IP on there where I can, configure it and everything. That's basically doing the same thing as what that is, the Magic Jack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't have to do any configuring. I mean, well, unless you're like my son, you could do a lot of stuff, but
And
it's not necessary. But the thing is,
And the
Go
and the
ahead.
Magic Jack lets you use a regular conventional phone also.
any kind of phone. Yep.
Yeah,
Now,
but so does a router though, doesn't it?
what's that?
I thought you could set up a router for voice over IP and connect a normal phone into it. Have you
I
not
don't
seen
think.
those?
I've never heard of that, but I mean, you might.
You,
have
be-
heard that.
still have to have some kind of service, some kind of device. See,
Yeah, but surely that's giving you a service over the Magic Jack, isn't it? Because obviously you get a new telephone number with that.
yeah. Well, I had it before. I
Yeah.
still kept the same number, but I'm saying I don't have to. I don't have to get with any configuration at all. I can take this with me, come over to your house. Well, I don't know about the UK, but I can come over to Fred's house, plug this into an open port on his router, and it'll work. You don't have to do
So,
anything.
so,
Right.
so it's pre-configured then, is it? When they send it to you,
Um,
you must be able
On
to
their
configure something, I would've
advertisements,
thought.
they also advertise that you can forward your number to this, to where you can keep your existing phone number. But myself, have never had very good luck with doing stuff like that. But I've never tried it on the Magic Jack. But it'd be interesting to know if you could actually port a number and if it would
hold on.
follow you along with you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It does say you can keep your existing number, but that's obviously going to be a
yeah.
voice over IP number, isn't it?
Well, I mean, they hadn't, or they actually don't have my number. I live in Hanover, Pennsylvania, and the closest number I could get to here with the same 3-digit extension is Lancaster, PA, which is like 50 miles from me.
So you have configured it then.
No, yeah, but I do that now. When you plug it in, see, when you initially set up, you plug it into the computer. You just
Yeah.
and it runs the software, and it goes back to the Magic Jack service or whatever, and you just do everything through there. But I'm saying I don't do anything in the router whatsoever.
No. But what I'm saying is you can buy routers or routers now which will have the voice over IP settings which you can log in and you can set up Vonage or whatever.
Well, see,
So-
I have Vonage.
Oh
right?
well, yeah.
I have Vonage. I have a Vonage router, which is just a regular router, and that I used to use before I got my wireless router. And actually that's piggybacking onto my but they set up like we were talking about earlier, Freddie, with a different IP address then, so it doesn't. And I don't have no computers going into that. I only have the phone going into that. That plugs into the router. There's a thing in there for that. But I have 4 ports, that could plug computers in. But I just plugged that Magic Jack in there. And that was, like I said, they did give me some settings to put in there, Vonage, because I was having some problems.
I'm just trying to find the difference though, between the two. That's all. I mean, if you have
Everything's done in that device itself. I will show you my.
Well, you still have to plug it into a computer because on the website it says no computer required.
No,
you
but
do have
just to set it up. Your first time you set it up, but you can I can still plug it into a computer if I wanted.
Oh,
to.
I see.
But the
yeah.
initial setup, you do that. You do plug in the computer. Then after that, I don't have to touch it. Put it in the computer again.
Now, how about 911? Enhanced 911 and all that. Does that all still work?
It's the same as any VoIP. They're I
Okay.
think it goes.
See, that was
through
my
some-
concern with them. Is I don't. And also, my internet service, as you all well know, is very spotty. And so is my electrical power. So that's my concern is having because I travel a lot and have family here, and so I want them to have the availability of 911. So that's why I've kind of haven't really looked too much at these VoIP.
I think how
solutions.
they work, it goes through somewhere else. Then they call, your local
I see.
EMC,
So
something like that. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but it's the same with Vonage. I mean,
See, we just got
That's a
we
plus.
got 911 about a year and a half ago here.
really.
Really.
We didn't have it before.
That's a plus for me because I use Skype and I have to have my computer on all day because of that. So if I could just have my router and my wireless router and my cable modem go, that'd be fine.
The thing what you should do if you're on voice over IP or your Skype, whatever, just have that, number of your local EMC, Instead
Well,
of
in my case, I know how to get to police on my cell phone. I just say dial 911. They say what city is your emergency in, and I know how exactly to get to the right department that I need.
well,
to.
cell phone. I imagine cell phones is going to be different than the voice over IP, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it is. I know. I didn't know this, but like if you have a cell phone, even if there's nothing in it, no contract, if you dial 911, it'll still ring through. I did not know that.
Mhm.
Yeah, they
you
say
get
they
the
keep